Welcome back here, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Oh my goodness, I am so excited for this video because I want to get you guys pumped up about a new topic that I have just become so passionate about recently, and that is on the topic of side hustles. So today we're going to talk about what a side hustle is, why I think you need one, and we're going to help you figure out what your side hustle is. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so to get started, I think it's important to establish what a side hustle is if this is a new term or a new idea for you. And I actually looked up a definition online just to get a more official idea of what one is. And it is a job that you have in addition to your full-time job. So for me personally, I don't think it can act as a side job, but it doesn't necessarily have to be characterized as one. But basically, it is something that helps to bring in supplemental income to your income stream. So this idea of having a side hustle is still kind of new to me. So I was originally exposed to it about a year ago, last May in 2019, right before I graduated college. So basically, my boyfriend had started his own reselling business before he graduated college as well. He had started this hobby back in high school, but picked it up before we had graduated. So basically, he would run to thrift stores or the outlets on the weekends, and he would just buy a wide variety of items to sell on reselling platforms such as eBay, Mercari, or Poshmark, if you've ever heard of them. And like I said, he would bring back a bunch of different things. He would bring back mugs, clothes, shoes, you name it. Like, he probably had it. And so he would come back at the end of the day and show me what he had purchased and what he was planning on reselling. And I was just really confused about the idea of this. I had no idea what he was doing or why he was doing it. And so I started to ask him what this new idea was, and he described his new reselling business as his side hustle. So at first I thought he was crazy, and I was not really up for the idea, or I still really didn't understand what he was doing, but I thought I would start to practice this new idea for myself. So instead of going to the thrift stores or the outlets or whatnot, I just instead looked to my own closet because I knew I grew up with two sisters, so in a house of three girls, there's bound to be some stuff to resell that we weren't going to be using anymore. My sisters and I took part in a bunch of fads growing up, so I knew going home, I just went down in the basement and I saw a bunch of those items from those fads that had been in our basement for years left untouched. I found the abundance of Vera Bradley bags, Coach bags, clothes, and the shoes. Guys, oh my goodness, we have so many shoes. And so I just decided to create these accounts for myself and start reselling some of these items that I wasn't going to be using anymore. All these platforms that I have talked about, Mercari, Poshmark, and eBay, are great sites to start to resell some items that you might not necessarily have any use for anymore if you are interested. So I started doing that for a little while, and we were able to get rid of a considerable amount of stuff in our basement that we didn't need anymore, so it definitely was a positive experience on that part. And I definitely loved the new idea of having a side hustle, but I wasn't super passionate about the idea of reselling, so I instead started to look towards a new idea for myself. Considering the times that we're currently in, I personally don't think that there's any better time than now to start a side hustle. In times that we are maybe have a lot more time on our hands if we've lost our jobs or, just spending time in quarantine, I think that this is a great time to just establish a side hustle for yourself and think about something else that you might like to do as a means of bringing extra income into your income stream. And the best advice I have when it comes to creating a side hustle for yourself, I know I don't have a ton of experience in this topic, but what I've seen for myself is I think it's super beneficial to choose something that your hobbies align with. Think about your hobbies that you have and find ways to monetize them. So I'll give you guys a quick example of what I mean by that. Say you are an artist and you love to create art, you love to paint or draw or whatever it is that you like to do as an artist. If you already love to create art, you already love doing things like that, but finding a way to monetize your passion is the best case scenario. So say you create all this art, you could establish an Etsy site for yourself where you go on this platform and you sell the art that you create. So you could have this Etsy site and you can post all of the different pictures or drawings or whatever it is, paintings that you have on there for people to purchase. Or say that you are more flexible and you allow customers to reach out to you to make custom art. This is a great way that you can still work on your hobby, become better, or just be able to do your hobby more, but you are able to do it in a beneficial way where you are now able to monetize it. Or another example is one that I love right now, considering the times that we are in. Now, this might look a little bit different for everyone. I know that everyone's quarantine experience is a little bit different, but if you aren't as susceptible or if you aren't as against going out in public, something that would be really great right now is to become an Instacart shopper, where you go and you get groceries for people and deliver them to their house. And it's not only a great way to bring in supplemental income right now, but it's a great way to provide a service to people that aren't necessarily able to get out during these times. Another reason why I love side hustles is because it's great to have your full-time job, but I love the idea of being able to establish something for yourself, being able to get home at the end of the day and start to work on something for yourself, something that you're passionate about, something that your hobbies align with. That is one of the reasons why I love side hustles, and I think that it would be really great for everyone to have one. You don't necessarily have to look at it for the money purposes, although that is definitely really great, but it's just a great way to be able to work on something that you're passionate about and genuinely interested in doing. So that's my take on side hustles, guys. I hope that this was an informative video for you guys and maybe gets you guys to start thinking about having a side hustle for yourself or seeing what that might look like in your own life. If you decided to maybe think about having a side hustle for yourself, either comment below what your idea is, or you can reach out to me on Instagram at lifeofmegannicole. I'd love to hear about a side hustle that you currently have or one that you are thinking about having. Let's chat about it. So thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. I appreciate the support, and we'll see you later.